Hey guys, welcome to my first official decorating for Christmas video of 2023. We are going to start decorating the house in the main living area first. I will be sharing my tips for a beautiful garland on the screen for those of you who would like a crash course in creating a mantle garland. I've been so excited to get this going, and we are going to be starting off with my mantle. Now I'm going to tell you that this room will evolve as the decor videos come, mainly because I couldn't get my brain to stop thinking of ideas. And I was playing on those ideas and I was ordering things as I thought them up. For some reason, this particular year, I was feeling really overwhelmed. When I'm decorating a room with a fireplace, I always start with the mantle. I started off by adding 2 garland for a fuller look, and then I added extra sprigs of greenery. I always tend to do this with the Christmas mantle when using a plain green garland. It adds texture, and you all know how I feel about texture. If you saw my shop with me at Hobby Lobby, you all know I was in love with those magnolias. I didn't get them, and I was regretting that on this day. Because my mantle is so close to the bottom of the TV, I have to be really careful not to obstruct the view. That's the main reason I didn't grab them. Also, they weren't the exact red I was looking for. However, I don't think it really would have mattered in this instance. Life is extremely busy right now, so it has taken me multiple days to complete areas, which is fine, other than the fact that I don't have multiple days to do this. So I want to talk to you guys about adding picks to your garland. This is not a necessary detail. However, for me it is. I wanted to add an element to my garland that paired well with my curtains because they sit so closely. If you look at the curtains, you'll notice that the same color of green in the design of the curtains is pulled in the picks that I have. I couldn't have been more ecstatic when I found these in my decor bins. Again, not necessary at all. However, my garland sits so close to my curtains, for me, it was a necessary detail. A simple but important tip is to lay your picks across the top of your garland just to visualize placement. There's nothing worse than being in the middle of decorating and finding that you don't have enough picks or you've spaced them too close together. Whatever I add to my garland, I'm always making sure to take the time to weave it in and out and pull and tug and just really make sure that everything I'm adding is as natural and as flowy as possible. I'm using the first picks as a guide to where I want to put my berry picks. I usually will bunch these up together and use them as like a guide, but I'm doing the same exact thing. I'm putting them in there. I'm wrapping the long stem around the actual garland so that it stays put, and then I'm messing with the berries and spreading them out and just making sure that everything stays cohesive and flowy throughout my wreath. I love to add different types of lighting throughout my Christmas garland. Lighting is so important. Today I'm mixing fairy lights and candlelight to capture that feeling that I really want. It is usually about this point when I get really creative in my mind and I start to think about other items that I might want to add, because now I'm at a point to where I'm feeling really comfortable. I want more detail though. There's usually a point when you're creating your garland when you think it's finished and it looks good, and it does, I'm sure it does, but you can still continue to build on it to create an even more magical feel. Now I'm showing you some fairy lights that a company sent me. I will go ahead and link them down below. I do love them. I love the copper wire, and you're gonna see the different glow and lighting. I love. The only thing I don't like is that they only have an on and off switch. So there's no remote and there's no timer. But I do love the copper wire, and they'd be great in an area where, you know, it's easily accessible for you to turn off and on. Right here, I'm playing with the idea of adding ribbon. We come back to this, don't worry. Okay, so at this point I'm thinking it looks beautiful, and it does, but it is still a little too simple for my liking. So in the next clip, you're gonna see that it's another day. I usually tend to take breaks and come back to these things with fresh eyes, and that is exactly what I did here. Okay guys, it is a couple days later, and I lived with it and decided I wanted to add more. So the first thing I did is just made a bow, and I added it on this side with where the bell is, so it's the shorter side. So I just added a 3-point bow. It has a little tail here, and I did a longer tail on this side, and it just is so elegant and beautiful. But I think I need some of the bow popping through the garland, but I also feel like it's so empty right here that I want to add. So I went and grabbed another garland, some more berry picks. So we're going to build on this, and then I have something really special I'm going to be adding right here. So let's get started. One of the benefits to decorating early is you have the time to leave things be and start working on something else and come back to them with fresh eyes. If this mantle had a hearth, I think the way I have it would have been just fine. However, mine does not. So the two spaces on either end look bare to me. I love the idea of a gathered garland at the bottom of the staircase, and I thought, why not create that here? So I'm going to carry the same exact theme that I have at the top through this area as well for a cohesive look. Because the item I'm going to be placing on the other side is quite tall, I wanted to bulk this side up even more, so I grabbed a metal container that I've actually used in the past for large utensils in my kitchen, which also ties in the metal that I'll be using on the other side here in a second, and it makes for a good balance of material, so a happy accident. I placed one of my small trees inside and added some lights, and I love the way this turned out. I really do love these fairy lights. They have a beautiful glow. You're going to want to stay tuned to the final look of this room at the very end. It is absolutely stunning. Here I have taken 12 to 14-inch strips of the ribbon and I'm placing it throughout the garland. I never use florist wire when I'm working with ribbon. I don't like it. I use the stems of the garland to hold it into place if needed, but most of the time all I'm doing is just tucking the ends into the garland and making sure to leave a loose poof in the center. I let the ribbon guide me to where it wants to go, so I'll place the first end in and then I'll just kind of play with the ribbon and see which direction it wants to go, and I let the ribbon be the boss. We purchased this reindeer for our front porch at our last house. It was either at Walmart, Lowe's, or Home Depot. Those were my three go-to places last year for outdoor decor. But he brought me so much joy when I would come and go, so I decided to bring him indoors this year, and this was the perfect place for him. Okay guys, we're going to go ahead and finish this room off. We're going to be adding some cozy pillows and throws to the sofa. We're going to be adding some coffee table decor. And then those two cabinets underneath my windows, we're going to be adding a little bit of Christmas cheer over there as well. I chose an eclectic look for my sofas this year. I really want my Christmas decor to represent my taste. And I couldn't resist the plaid and the toile pillow covers. I love how they play on one another here on the sofas. They are all stuffed with down inserts for an even more cozy feel. have to say goodbye, just for this season, to my beautiful horse statue. I found this reindeer at Hobby Lobby last year and I fell in love with him. They still have him this year. I'm adding a simple berry sprig to my base on the other cabinet, and I finally get to style my brass reindeer I found antiquing a couple months ago. I am so excited. I chose to leave my amber glass bowl and candle holders on the coffee table as I think they are a beautiful look for Christmas. My mom always had a bowl of ornaments out growing up, and I decided that's what I was going to use the glitter balls for, or at least some of them, this year. We have reached the end of this video and I want you to enjoy the after shots, so I am going to say goodbye now. Don't forget to come back and see me, as I am going to be decorating the tree in the next video, and we have an entire home to decorate. Thank you for watching today, guys. I hope that you are leaving inspired. I appreciate you so much, and we will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.